Hello, hello. Hi. Microphone was not plugged in. Just noticed that. How are you doing, Ordly? Or Airdly? I had a whole spiel about how I was talking about how I thought that was from ReZero, and I'll just repeat it anyway. That's Rem, right? I'm already dead. I need those 2 dashes. And let me check. Yep, looks all good. Ouchie. Okay, so I need to save another dash at that point. Hi, Ocean. So I do need to use that back behind area. Probably should have done a side dash. Poor Madeline. It's just gonna be more of a compilation of me absolutely destroying her life. Finally getting back into Celeste, lol. Yeah, I was focusing on Satisfactory for a while. Still am, in fact. B. Hi, Mia. Oh, I did not press A. That's my own mistake. You know, the funny thing about my new microphone is that at the start of the stream, I forgot I had it muted. Because usually in the old days, what I would do is I would just mute the audio directly on OBS or TikTok. And now what I can do is I can just press this button. And then it's all gone. It's very weird getting used to that, even now. Ouchie. Ouchie. Oh, that's not gonna work. I mean, I can grab on the backside, I'm pretty sure. Or is this the type of platform where I cannot? Oh no, I can. So if I really need a little extra time or I think I'm going to die, I can grab on the back of that. I think, is it like blue? What's the color of the platforms that you cannot grab? Ouchie. I love touching my footsies on fire. The ice walls? Yeah. Really, I don't know, they're ice colored. I keep messing up whether I should do an up righty dash or if I should just do a side dash on this first little section. I tried to wall jump. What a shame. I fell into the perfect area to mess myself over. Yeah, the only way I was going to survive that was doing an up ready dash, I think. Streamer man! Hi, Blue. Ouchie. I know, I'm streaming on TikTok, how rare. I do not know why, but it seems like Celeste is the only game that decides to want to work. How have you been? I've been doing alright. You know, weirdly, I've been playing a lot more, and I've been streaming a little bit more, but I've not been completing any of the games. I do not think I've completed a single game this month. I imagine the reason is because I'm splitting my time between so many different games. Like, for example, I did a little Expedition 33. I did... what was it? Satisfactory. I did Celeste. I did GTA Online for some reason, for the stream. So yeah, as per usual, very scatterbrained. Brain is egg. Hey now, what matters is that you're having fun. Eventually you can put them true. Eventually I'll get to the point. It would be really awesome. It'd be really cool. Ugh. Believe! Ouchie. It's so amusing to me that, like, every time I die, it feels like I hit a frame of the fire. It's not like I fully go into it anymore. It's like I hit the... well, not that time, but... because it was just a route to go around the corner, too. Ow. Never played Celeste before. Is this how difficult it usually is? No. These are the harder levels. You could get through the base game without, like, advanced tech or anything like that. So this is like 8B. Most levels in this game have a A-side and a B-side. The A-sides are a lot easier than the B-sides. But to get all the achievements and such, you have to do all the B-sides. And then there's even harder levels that are very short called C-sides. From what I've heard, I've not done a singular C-side yet. Oh, I may not have enough. Yeah. Ow. I probably could have grabbed it. Ouchie. Yeah, because part of it is just remembering weird techniques that you have to do. Like, for example, sometimes I'm not going up as high on these little lifts because I'm not grabbing and pressing A. Because usually what I do is in other games, what they would probably require you to do is that you have to let go of grab and then press A. But if you do that, you only do a short jump. They purposely made it easier, and I'm making it more difficult on myself because of the old muscle memory. What would you rate this game on a scale of 10? So what is the rating? Are you talking about, like, enjoyment or difficulty? Believe. Let's go with both. Okay. So in terms of like enjoyment, I would probably give this game, I'll remember this game for a while. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. It's a game that I enjoy. I do enjoy the story, but it's not something that I like. I resonate with like the story of climbing up the mountain, but it's not something that I'm going to hold core to myself. And then as for difficulty, I would say, I mean, this game is difficult for some of the levels, but it's not like I'm tearing my hair out for some of these levels. So I'd probably give it like, let's see. I'd probably give it like an 8. There are much harder games than this. This game is so peak, probably my favorite of all time. Nice. That's very nice. It's a good choice. The grab of not grabbing. I would say it's an 8 for me, but if you've also done a lot of platforms before, it'll be a lot easier for you. This level beat me. Yeah, so the problem with this section for me is that I have to conserve one of my dashes. Alright, I've got to head out. I'll pop back in another stream later, though. Good luck. Alright, bye-bye, Blue. Hopefully you enjoy whatever you're doing. Uh-oh. I want to do true 100%, but there's less than 1,000 people who have finished it. So what does true 100% mean? Cool. Let's go. Yippee, 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 yippee. Yippee, yippee, yippee. Jesus is the only way to heaven and loves you all. Learn the Gospels. Have a great stream. Okay. Bye-bye, Pick. Enjoy. I imagine you're going to other TikTok streams probably saying that, and you're probably not going to get as neutral of a response. True 100% in all achievements and all golden strawberries. Oh yeah, a golden strawberry, if I remember correctly, is doing all the levels without dying, right? Down, 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 down. Ugh. Either way, if there's a chance one can be saved, no reason not to. Well, including the 8-bit minigame, Architect Pixel 8, impossible challenge for you, LL. Yep. I will never be able to beat a level in this game without dying. A literal impossible challenge. I mean, Picto 8 does not actually seem that bad. Yeah, but Pick, is that the reasoning that you should believe? If what you're saying is that you should believe in Christianity because there's a chance it's correct, is that not inherently not self-sufficient? Because there's multiple iterations of God, and God can deny people, at least in some sects of Christianity, for not believing in certain things and not advocating for certain things. Or I'm telling people should believe because it's true. Yes, but like, if you're going by the logic, you should believe because there's a chance it's true, but there's also like a chance that it could be a different God that you're not actually believing in properly. Like, what if it's a God that believes that homosexuality is wrong, and that even by supporting somebody who's homosexual, you're doing something that's wrong? I'm spreading the Gospels here on the TikTok streams because there's a chance they can believe. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Truth is truth and does not change for anybody. Yeah, but by that same logic, lying or telling something that's not true is also something that's kind of difficult. I'm not saying that what you're saying is lying or that the gospel is inherently untrue. I'm just saying that people find their own truth in different means. And just saying statements like, well, it's obviously true, or Christianity is the only way, I think is not generally a great mindset. Anyway, back to the funny climbing game. Why so? Because essentially what you're saying is the problem that I usually have is that, let's say somebody lives, it's shallow is what you're looking for. It's shallow because it keeps your idea that God can be preserved by all and be seen the same, right, but projected in different ways. Well, no, it's the God of many interpretations, because like what if it's a God that believes in something else? That's what I mean by that. What's been happening? I was not listening. We're talking about Christianity because why not? Thank you for the follow, Lonely. The reason I say that it because what you're presupposing is that what you're advocating is absolute truth and that you know it to be true. God's word tells us what and who is God. There is no interpretations. That is not true. There is a literal church that believes that if you believe or even support somebody who's gay, you're going to hell. But in Christianity, it tells you to also like love your neighbor and accept people for who they are and to advocate and to not like be too rude about it or to condemn somebody for not believing. So who's the correct idea? Is it the person who believes to condemn all who believe in an ideology, or is it the one who says to be loving and thankful? And you can also say things like, that's not true Christianity, but to them it is. The problem is, in quote-unquote truth, is that in Christianity, and at least different sects of Christianity, there are many truths. And many of them often contradict. Jesus affirms the Bible to be true, and through his actions affirms the Bible. I'm Christian, and even I think that Christianity comes backwards in its interpretation sometimes. Yes, that's inherently what I'm saying. Or even you could do weird scenarios where, like, let's say if somebody's never Christian their entire life. They do not believe in God. They never even hear of God. They live a perfectly good life. They do absolutely everything they can to be a good person. They do everything right. By some people's interpretations, because they never knew Jesus and they never knew God, they go straight to hell. If the people's actions goes against the truth, then it's not true, no matter what people want to think. How do you know an action goes against truth? And if there is one truth of Christianity, then why are there so many different sects that often contradict? Life is full of questions that do not get an inherent answer. If you read scripture, you can see what is true. If that were true, if that is inherently the truth, then why is there so many sects that contradict, like Lutheran or Catholic or all of these different things? I believe that you can live a perfectly good life being Christian, reading scripture, reading all these things, but I also believe that you have to come to terms with the fact that truth is not something that's just there. You have to find it for what yourself. For one is location and tradition. Seeing in scripture, you can denounce the false teachings. Yes, but there's also not to mention the Bible could have been slightly altered in translation. Yeah, like in translation point, in the King James version of the Bible, they talk about things like how you're not supposed to be gay or you're not supposed to be homosexual. But like if you look at older translations, they never mention that. They usually talk about dating or being attracted to young people. They changed that because a lot of the translators at the time, or a lot of tradition at the time, was like, yeah, dating people is young, that's good. We knew through textual criticism of the ancient manuscripts that that's gonna hurt. King James Version was for sure changed because textual criticism, the Alta versions stand out like a sore thumb. Yeah, but how do you know what is inherently changed and what is inherently true? Because if you go by the feeling of, like, God tells you, or you just know it to be true, would you also not argue that you have feelings in your life that you know are contradictory, or that do not inherently, like, lead to truth? I guarantee you, you're a human. You've believed in something that's not true before. Boing, 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 boing. No! By comparing the hundreds of thousands of preserved manuscripts, there isn't just one copy. Well, yes, but also the manuscripts were written by humans. They were written by a certain type of animal that typically can write contradictions and can write falsehoods quite easily. Authored by God, yes, but written through humans. That's a very important distinction. Would you not agree? If it were so easy to change the manuscripts and to add things that are not true, even thousands of years ago, what changes somebody from doing it tens of thousands of years ago? I would not. God can get the message he wants out. Yes, in this scenario, yes, he can. He can get a message out of, like, truth and what he wants people to advocate for. But also, on the other hand, there's a lot of lies and falsehoods that are out there. Do you not find it weird that in Christianity, like, the thing is, some people did yet, though the use of textual criticism we can see which has been changed. Well, so you are a Christian. Do you believe in following, like, the Jewish holidays? Like the Feast of Sukkot or things like that? Like, do you believe in absolutely ancient traditions of that sort because people did it? Or is that not quote-unquote godly? Because of Jesus fulfilling the law, we do not have to. So you are... Paul speaks in the Corinthians in the New Testament, so about not having to adhere to those new traditions and things like that. I think I had a dream last night that could be counted or confounded or related as religious experience. Also, I still have no idea what version of Christianity we're talking about. I would imagine, if I had to guess from my experience, it's probably one of the more major sects. We are under law, not grace. Jesus perfectly fulfilled those laws, and that's why we do not have to. But so essentially, are you of the belief that Jesus died for our sins and that you have to live a godly life, but you can, like, be baptized of your sins and things of that sort? I'm guessing Catholic. I follow what the Bible says. Do you wear cloth? I do not know. LOL. Yeah. The Bible says a multitude of things are very weird. Baptist is an open declaration of faith, yeah. Well, there's a lot of weird Christian faiths. Like, some sects are just very interesting. Like Mormonism, very interesting. Mormons are some interesting people, I will tell you that. Ugh. Ouchie. Mormonism is not Christianity. It goes against a lot of things, such as the divinity of Jesus. But yet they still classify themselves as Christian, I believe. Well, is that also the religion that talks about, like, the golden tablets? Because it's been a while since I've brushed it up on it. I'm gonna go to Twitch. Okay. Also, the amusing idea of Utah being like the new Holy Land. Does not matter whether we classify ourselves as that or not, if the old man says there is no. Well, it's easy to say that things are, they either are there or not, but as is with life, it's not always that simple. There is gray area. Gravity, that does not change the fact there is. Okay, well, let me ask you a very interesting question. Many of our politicians and many of our famous Christian leaders, so you say yourself as Baptist, I guarantee there have been controversies with Baptist leaders. If it comes out that they did something absolutely abhorrent, do you believe they should just be forgiven? Even though it is like a completely abhorrent act. Muted. Ugh. Say that again. Okay. So essentially, you are Baptist. I guarantee there has been like a leader or something in your sort that has had a very bad or very wrong controversy. Do you believe that their judgment can be trusted even if they're like forgiven of doing this said act? Like it can be any bad act you're gonna say. I'm not gonna say any of them because you have an imagination. You could say any of them, but it's very well known, and it's a very common thing that a lot of religious leaders, I mean legally, like in court. No, I did not mean legally. I am very much of the person. I believe in the ideology that just because something is legal does not mean it's right. I'm talking about like morality. I'm not talking about the legal system because the legal system advocates for things that are not inherently correct or right some of the time. My opinion of legality is it's an attempt to make it's an attempt to make morality a standardized system, and it does not succeed all the time. Because morality is complex, as is ethics. Just gonna yoink this. Let's go! Without God, morality is subjective. That's not necessarily true. In the Bible, God advocates for murdering, maiming, and taking women as, like, concubines and things like that. Would you not say that's probably a bad thing? Just people that are living their day-to-day life, and God advocates you can take their lives because they're my creation. Give me a verse where this occurred. I can look it up for you, but still. Yes, please do. Okay. Alright, I will take time to go look for it real quick. Okay, let's see. Ezekiel 9. Okay, I'm gonna look at the full chapter here, because this may not necessarily be God. Okay, I will read the full verse. You're chilling, take your time. Ezekiel 9. Then I heard him call out in a loud voice. So the him that is being referred to, I believe, is God, because it talks about God later in the chapter. Bring it near those who are appointed to execute judgment on the city, each with a weapon in his hand. And I saw 6 men coming from the direction of the upper gate, which faces north, each with a deadly weapon in his hand. With them was a man clothed in linen who had a writing kit on his side. They came in and stood beside the bronze altar. Now the glory of the God of Israel went up from above the Cherubim, I believe. I may have said that wrong. Where it has been, and moved to the threshold of the temple. Then the Lord called to the man clothed in linen who had the writing kit on his side, and said to him, Go throughout the city of Jerusalem and put a mark on the foreheads of those who grieve and lament over all detestable things that are done in it. As I listened, he said to the others, Follow him through the city and kill, without showing pity or compassion. Slaughter the old men, the young men and women, and the mothers and children. Okay, so not taking mothers and children. Okay, this is a little different. But not touch anyone who has the mark. Begin at my sanctuary. So they began with the old men who were in front of the temple. Then he said to them, Defile the temple and fill the courts with the slain. Go. So they went out and began killing throughout the city. Actually, wait, hold on. I may have misinterpreted this. Hold on. Because if I'll reread this over, because it could be possible that it's not God in this context that's talking about it. It could just be the people. No, it is God saying this. Follow him through the city and kill without showing pity or compassion. Slaughter the old men, the young men, and women, the mothers and children, but do not touch anyone who has the mark. All right, I'll give you time to come up with a response if you want. Like, the reason I'm having this dialogue is because I find too often in, like, streaming and things of that sort, people have very boring conversations. I want to actually have, like, real conversations. For realsies. Ugh. I've been enjoying this, yeah. Because most of the time during my streams, I'm just like, this is cool. Indeed, there's a lot of murder in the Old Testament, seen in the price of sin being death there. But they're still people, are they not? Do you believe that people have inherent rights and that they should not just be murdered on a whim? Where lots of murder and deaths from those committing an ideology? Yeah, but of the people committing ideology, do you believe that all of them were spoken to by God, and that gives justification for God to say to murder them? Ugh. Oh, there's lava there, I see. We assume that they weren't given any chances because we only hear the Israelites' perspective. Well, that is also... The problem that I have with that logic is it presumes that God comes and arrives in literally everybody's life. That there is always a moment in somebody's life where God is presented to that person and they have a choice. But by reading scripture, we can see God's character and can assume that God also came to them as well. But this has always been an interesting hypothetical, and I've never really gotten a good answer from this from nearly anyone that I've talked to, or even myself. There is a tribe that I believe is in Africa who is very materialistic. They do not really focus on things like religion. They do not focus on any of these sorts of things. When a like Christian minister or something came to them and started talking to them about God and Jesus and how important it is to be spiritual and to accept God as their savior, essentially, or Jesus as their savior, sorry, they literally asked him, so do you know God? Like, is God a literal person that walks on the earth and does these sorts of things? They could not physically conceive of a concept like God, of an ethereal being who rules over all, who created overall. How is God supposed to come to those people who physically cannot conceive of a concept like that? I know you could probably suppose, and I've been told before, what if he comes to them in a dream? What if he says these sorts of things? But how are they supposed to think about something like that? Like, there's always interesting scenarios, the same way he did in the beginning. So with a tree and an apple, see in Genesis and whatnot. Also, I'm not reading that message. Definitely not. Yeah, but in Genesis, the problem with that logic is with Adam and Eve, they literally saw God and had God directly speak to them and do actions for them. That is not something that often happens in the modern era. It can be through other people, dreams, or he himself. Yes, in the Bible. But in that situation, let us say that God comes to that person in a dream. Someone who physically cannot conceive of God and has never had that sort of experience in their life. Would they not just think, ah, that was a weird dream? That was odd. Ah, not far enough. And the point that I try to bring up with this, and if the reason I'm having this discussion is I'm not trying to prove you wrong, I'm not trying to do all these sorts of things. The most important thing for my life is that people are fervent in their belief. That they actually believe what they believe. The thing that I hate the most is when somebody says they believe in something, but when confronted upon it or put a mirror up against themselves, they just crack. and there's nothing truly there that they believe in. That is why I ask these questions. God can give them the ability to realize it's him. We cannot comprehend God. It's more he shows us some sort of grace. Just enjoy the peak game, gamer boy. No. I'm enjoying the questions. Okay. Thank you, and I appreciate the fact you're receptive. Is this core or core B-side or core C-side? This is core B-side. Yeah, I've had conversations like this before. Sometimes it does not go well. I'd be alright. Yeah. But sometimes it does. I never got past core. Hold on, I'm trying to focus a bit while doing this. Because, like, I've talked to many people. I talk with atheists, I talk with agnostics, I talk with all sorts of people. All I care about is that what you believe in is consistent and that you actually believe in it. If you do not, then what's the point of believing in it? I'm unfair one, I got confused with it. Your multitasking is top-notch. Oh, thank you. Which is exactly why I've been pausing to ask questions. And have a discussion. Okay, so I need another dash for that point. And the point is that I try to bring up is that whereas your perspective is that God would come to those people, my perspective is that it's a little bit more difficult because we as humans have pattern recognizing brains. We can always connect things together. That's why people can see things like on the moon. It's why people see ghosts and apparitions or spirits and things like that. There is always a connection that can be had. The point that I'm bringing up is that the perspective that you have is going to be very inherently different than somebody else's. Because whereas I might see a contradiction, you might see something that's completely reasonable and like makes complete sense. And that's kind of the beautiful thing about belief and faith, is it not? That you can make connections that somebody would not normally make. You see things that others do not, and for you, that is something that is bestowed upon you by God. Whereas an atheist perspective would be that the reason you believe that is because of the belief in itself. Bro, give me the controller. No. You cannot have the controller. It is mine. Ow. Or depending on the atheist you're talking about, you're just wrong. How could God be true? How can I not justify my horrible living conditions and my life? Because believe it or not, in living in society, especially today, it's a lot easier to justify being a bad person than to attempt to be a good one. Let's go! Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Is this writing fire? No. Ugh. One way or another, we all decided to not follow God or not spread the gospel, etc. Well, yeah, there's always justifications. Like, the problem that I have with most atheists, I can even include myself in this matter, is that they come to their justification just because they believe it already is so. It's kind of the opposite of being Christian, where you just believe that God is an absolute truth and just God is there whether you believe it or not. It's kind of the same thing for atheists, where they just say God's just not there whether you believe it or not. And it's kind of hard to have a dialogue in some of those cases, because how can you argue with somebody who believes in absolute truth? Yeah. Absolute truth is kind of hard to debate, because there's not even like there's not even a stance that you can have a discussion with. It's literally just you're wrong and I'm right. Who knew I could describe modern politics so eloquently? Oh dear. Also, trust me, play Hotline Miami. I've heard so many things about this game, about that game, but I've also heard so many things about so many other games. I found that oftentimes it's a more emotional reason to why people do not believe or want to believe. Let's speak. Well, religion is a very important core to humans because it gives people a reason to be. Some of the most depressed people I have ever met in my entire life are people without purpose and without knowing what they want to do. Because in a world without a god, or in a world without a belief system of some sort, what is purpose? What are you meant to do? What ought I do with my life? And for some, Christianity can provide that. Adversely, for some people, atheism can provide that, depending on their life experience. But the problem is that people can get very connected to that core. Because it provided something they did not feel before, it can kind of result in them having a very defensive response to it. That's why, like, if you ever talked to an atheist before, and you tried to convince them that they're wrong, and you brought up a good point, they would very much struggle to comprehend that, because you're essentially attacking their reason for being. And how are you supposed to cope with that? You're attacking the one literal thing that gives me purpose and joy. I wish the answer to my troubles can just be resolved by going to church. I wish the answer to my troubles could be answered by having a job and making money. But no, believe it or not, does not do that. Replace it with something else that can give purpose to someone. Or it can often be something. Like, most often, like, let's take drug use, for example. Most people take drugs, not just because, like, it's fun and they do stuff. It just gives them some sort of feeling. Because one of the worst feelings in anyone's entire life is apathy. Is the lack of feeling and emotion. And sometimes drugs offer that for some people. Even, like, legal ones, like Adderall. And still, it starts to take more than it gives, yes. And even to bring it back to Christianity, like mega churches with like so many donations, with pastors and and preachers who make like millions of dollars off of donations. I highly doubt in anyone's interpretation of God, except the mega pastors, of course, would they go to heaven for doing that. It can be incredibly greedy, yes. Kenneth Copeland, who else? His name's Joel something. The guy who has like a mega church in Texas. The man who has a mega church in Texas, and during the floods, he was like, oh, no. We're not able to take people into the mega church. You see, I'm having a very cool rock concert right now, and like, I'm invited all my bros. I mean, we have flooding outside, and we're not able to take people that need assistance and like homes. It's just not possible. How could we do that? Also, my Ferrari's in the shop, and like, currently I need a place to store it. I pray for him to get me better. Yo, little bro, give me the controller. Man makes a few mistakes on one level. You give me the controller. You're not the streamer anymore. Ugh. A few, yes. You could say I'm being very liberal with the word few. Greatness takes time. True. As they say, dying in Celeste was not built in a day. I'm joking, bro. Yeah. No, honestly, you should hate more. It should be like the Lex Luthor type of hating. Which is like you hate somebody's entire being. You literally cannot conceive of liking that person. There we go. Oh dear. Raw. I feel like I lack purpose, but unironically turning to God might worsen the problem. How would you... Why would you say that? Hi, Streamer Donut. Hi, Boop. This stream's been talking a lot about religion, by the way, so if you're not in the mood for that... so. Well, I feel like this generation of people is one of the most difficult. I've talked about this so many times before, because whereas other generations you had a purpose. World War II, defeat the Nazis. Cold War, well, I'm talking about this from an, like, American perspective or a Western's perspective, by the way. I mean, maybe I just got here. What's a religious take? It's essentially just been talking about, like, Christianity and the validity of it and a lot of subjects around it. It's not been, like, inherently negative. Trust me, I'm not going to be like an atheist or agnostic who's like, you're a silly person if you believe in God. Only silly people believe in God and believe in one of the most popular ideologies that has ever existed. There's, like, literally no reason to believe in it, of course. There's just no reason. I think I have COVID or the flu. Oh. That's not good. Your vacation infected you? Lack of choices? I love when it hurts to type. Oh. Boing. Ugh. Kind of. Several people got sick. We think the house may have been moldy. Oh. Well, I think it's a convo you should shut down personally. Why is that? Do you think... The reason I would ask that is because I understand that Christianity and religion is something that can be a struggle, and that can be something that's very hurtful to other people, but I also think it's something we have to have a discussion about. It's my same exact point against politics. Because I'll sit here and fight all these people and show them why they're wrong. It's interesting that you're starting with the word fight. I'm not gonna have a discussion with them. I'm gonna fight them on the street. Brass knuckles and all. Boing. Boing. Yippee! Yip yip yippee! But, like, we all had this discussion. Hi. Oh, hold on, there's somebody on Twitch. Hi, I'm Ed. How you doing? No, you're right, because they're wrong. It's not a discussion. I just want to watch Celeste, man. Okay. I can calm down the conversation a little bit. Deltarune reference? No. It was already kind of calming down a little bit. We essentially just stopped with Mega Switch chapters. That was funny. I'm happy you're streaming, though. You're quiet and monotone. Does not really hurt my head. Cool. What chapter is this? This is chapter 8B, so B-side. Well, I mean, how about this? Does bro have them three motif? I do not know much about religion, but that even omniscient God does not give me that feel. Well, that's an entirely different discussion. It's actually interesting how many, like, philosophers have tried to tackle that question, because it's a very difficult question. Yeah, this is the chapter 8B side. Cool, yeah. So it's just the harder version of... It is the harder version of chapter 8. Uh-oh. Raw. There's not a single person who here is going to have a religious conversion during this live stream and change their mind. We're all set here. The point of having conversation, the point of... So the problem with political and... Oh, wow, Celeste? Yeah, I know. The problem with political or religious conversations is that, yes, you are already set in your mind, but the reason that you have these conversations is the hope of change, to at least make somebody alter their beliefs in some capacity. To make somebody a little bit more open-minded than they were before. Do you not think it is detrimental for society to have people who just believe one thing and never change, even if they're fully wrong in it? My point is to try and have good conversation and not just, you're wrong. You're a big silly. I hope you know you're so silly. Yeah, what streamer said. My small brain did not understand a word you said. True. Me neither. I'm just saying stuff. I mean, I hope everyone changed their mind, but I've done this whole song and dance hundreds of times. For rejection, it never happens. Yes. I somehow got the Celeste Platinum in PlayStation with no assist mode. Oh, nice. I've not used assist mode yet, but, you know, eventually, maybe one day. One day it will occur. The assist mode will be turned on. And also, Cabbage, you can think about it in this way. Do you not believe that you want to be more correct in what you think? The only way to possibly know that you are correct or truthful in what you are saying is to combat yourself and to ask yourself questions that are difficult. Illyria does not. Like, I do not think we agree based on what you say. I do not think we need to agree. Yeah. How much is Celeste? I've been waiting to buy it. Never checked the price. So let me check on Steam for you, because I can only check on Steam. I have a PS5, but do you really want me to go turn on my PS5 and check how much Celeste is? If you say yes, I unironically will do it, but I also have to check the conversation. It is currently $19.99 on Steam. But listen, you're not going to change mine, I'm not going to change yours. Nah, okay. If you're on PS4, it's free with PS Plus Extra. I like how you say it's free if you pay the subscription. It's free if you spend money. True, a lot of things are free if you spend money. Also, please play One Shot. Oh yeah, One Shot's really cool. You should go, but no matter what you feel, God should not reject if you're in a bad way towards you. I love that you care about your engagement with your minute. That's so based. One Shot, yeah. Oh, thank you, Nib, for following. Because the thing is that in most, like, scenarios today, people just cannot have this discussion. Like, especially with family members. The reason I am decent at talking about this is I've had so many of these discussions before, especially with my family, and I've had to remain level-headed, because you cannot get angry and you cannot take it personally. I've been called a great many things I would never want to be called by family, but you just have to understand that it's... You have to be the better person sometimes. You have to sit there and you have to be calm. You're wrong, everyone has this conversation. Well, yes, everyone has this conversation, but not in a good way. That's what I mean. Everybody has a conversation about religion and politics. If you've not, I commend you. Incredible. But I'm talking about good conversation, not just, you're an idiot. You're silly. I've been thinking of playing One Shot on Yumi Nikki Online, -Dragit. Literally every single person ever grapples with religion. Well, I mean... Okay, maybe I should hand the controller away. Mr. Nobody is in fact correct. What was that? I'm going. I'm going. Now you got this? Yeah. Give me it now? No. Uh-oh. Or you don't, and you are wrong. True, I could be very wrong. Every discussion I've ever had about religion has always been negative and bad. No one has ever had a positive impression of it. You are correct. You know why you're correct? Because you said I'm wrong. Ugh. There is no one answer. Yes, and that's what makes it interesting, does it not? Life is an entire series of not knowing what is the correct answer. And having discussions about it leads you to getting somewhat closer to maybe figuring out one that works with me. Do not get rage baited, streamer man. I'm not getting rage baited, trust me. That's why I'm saying this is a silly discussion. How do you determine the validity of a discussion, or how good a discussion is? Is it the productivity of it? The end result that comes of it? Could you not argue that talking about video games does not do anything for society and thus is pointless? I'm set in my beliefs. No one will ever challenge my beliefs, and I know that's feel the same way. I'm not even sure you necessarily believe that, if I'm being honest. I'm sorry, I never played TBOI, The Binding of Isaac. That's what that abbreviation means now. Okay, that makes sense. Even in Christianity, even in, like, the most fervent believers, they have days in which they question. That is just human nature. I can understand if today is not one of those days, and that's perfectly fine. Also, it's very funny to me, you said you did not want the conversation about Christianity to keep going, but I've kind of been artificially continuing it, just cause. Because why not? What goes better than toast and bread? If you feel I'm not, but there's never been the slightest idea that makes me think I am wrong. Questioning, as long as at least the searching for answers is good. And here's the truthful thing about this, Cabbage. You could go out your entire life never having these discussions, purposely never talking about Christianity, never talking about any of these things, and you could live a perfectly good and fine life. That is fine. I've spent decades considering it and being fair. Yes, the whole point of this discussion is not to convert anybody. Well, except maybe for Pick, but that's Pick's own deal. My whole point is to at least make a question or have a discussion of it. Like, giving it the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying, everybody comes to a point in their life where you have to come to a decision about what you believe. Hello, Gaster. Insert game reset. Go Gadget, reset and die in Celeste because you're looking away and looking at chats. But no matter what, nothing ever makes sense if you're a theist, full stop. Ooh, I see. Have you ever considered that being theistic or having a theistic perspective makes you think about things inherently different than somebody who is an atheist? You probably already thought this, and this might be a redundant question. And if you don't want to talk about this, just let me know. Because I know you said you wanted me to stop. I'm just asking because it's an inherent question to ask. Uh-oh. It's with PlayStation Plus, yeah. Yeah, I have? Okay. I am the man who speaks in hands. Look, I'm not trying to challenge y'all. I love that y'all feel whatever you feel. Ugh. Ouch. Ugh. Oh no. Maybe the rage bait is working. I can sense it. My point is that I've done the song and dance hundreds of times. You're not going to change me? Okay. I understand that. That is a perfectly reasonable thing to say. If you wish not to be changed, and I'm not going to challenge you, yeah. If that is the case, then what would you like to discuss? Something Celeste related, perhaps a different game. Uh-oh. We should just watch Celeste lol. Have you done Farewell? Yes, I have done Farewell. I have done all of Farewell. It took me like 20 hours. Very proud of that. Be right back. Okay. Dinner's ready. Let's go. I wish dinner was ready. I wish any food was ready. I'm telling you, friend, this is not going to change anything between us. Uh-oh. Just play Hotline Miami, bro. No. Doink. Oh, why did I go backwards? Yes, bro, it's peak. Pharaoh's so hard, Lamea. Yes. Especially the ending section. The ending section where, like, it's the last level that's extremely long, without any memory or notice of it is difficult. Is this B-side? Yes, this is in fact the B-side. I am B-side myself playing it. Oh. My first time visiting your church, I get kicked out for mentioning I'm bisexual. Ah, lovely. I'd like to imagine the day beforehand, they're probably having a lecture about how we should be open-minded and accepting of other people. In and of all ideologies, there's some little bit of hypocrisy. Yeah, it's messed up. I do not understand why an all-loving God would hate LGBT people, so I support everyone. Yes, that's the ideology that most people should have, but they do not. Because you see, gayness is bad, because in this one scripture somewhere, it said it's bad. I actually had this discussion earlier a little bit with Pick. I think it was very short, though. Oh, I keep doing that. I live in a very red area, and they hate change. It always finds me, it's always fascinating to me that it used to be not necessarily red. I'm pretty sure the color for being conservative or something like that used to be a different color. It is a pointless conversation. You know, I could absolutely rage. I could do the most rage bait thing right now. I just realized by asking you a question, Cabbage, do not take this personally. This is more of a joke than anything else. If it's so pointless, then why do you have to keep reassuring that it is pointless? It's not like if someone keeps bringing it up. And said, I will only talk about Hotline Miami. Ugh. I wonder if you like Hotline Miami. It's really hard to tell. You know what I should play instead? I should play Postal 2. Friend, I get the bait conversation. It's peak with cool and addicting gameplay. It's an amazing story and plot. It's like you're one of the developers of Hotline Miami. Please, play Hotline Miami. Please. Please. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Wee. But come on, you're not going to change mine. I'm not going to change his. So, like, it's just rage bait. No, I just love it. Well, I think the rage bait part of the conversation comes when, like, they say stuff that you know you're obviously not going to agree with. And that's part of the reason I like to get people's perspectives as much as I can. Is that conductive to conversation? It will be a conversation, but just one that does not lead anywhere. Also, the whole point of the game is that you should not like hurting people. That is the fundamental of the whole conversation. I try to avoid that, but I see that even in our conversation did not lead anywhere. Because I try to ask questions that are not typically asked before. Like, religion is one of my favorite conversations. A friend told me an answer to my problems is just leave the people causing them. I'm not religious at all, but I still love it. Well, yeah, it's... like, all the stories that humans have told are compiled in very small text. That is interesting. Uh-oh. Ugh. It's a levator! But we're not going to do anything here. So are you saying that you prefer having conversations with people who are typically more knowledgeable about, like, the ins and outs of what's going to go on? Now, legally, I cannot do that for another 10 months, and I'm gone the moment I can, yeah. Yeah, the solution to your problems is just to leave the people that are causing them. What if I have to stay with those people for, like, a year? Unlucky. Should have done better next time. I typically prefer talking with people without a character limit, to be honest. Oh, yeah. You know, because TikTok's quirky like that. Well, is there even a social media platform without a character limit? Ugh. I should just jump off it and then jump back on. Then I can leave my mother, I'm gone. A Celeste livestream is not the place for us to argue. Yes. The whole point of Celeste is overcoming something, not necessarily arguing. Personally. No, my Celeste livestreams are for getting very angry and, like, yelling at people in chat. And then asking and begging for donations. Maybe asking for Twitch Prime as well. Have any of you heard of Twitch Prime before? There we go. So have you watched Indie Cross? I actually watched, I think, the first episode and some of the second one. I mean, I see why it's, like, interesting. But it's very... it's not for me. I did watch the first episode of Indie Cross where there was, like, what is their name? That Madeline felt like they were just there to be there. It is peak. Ugh. Raw? Uh-oh. Thank you for the follow, Cabbage. Uh-oh. Rut-row. Rut-row. But now people are shipping the knight with Madeline. Yes, sir, I do love the VUD. This has been, like, the first day in a while I've streamed to TikTok, because every time I do, like, Satisfactory or another game, it just lags so much. It's very weird. Oh, well. Ouch. Hi. Oop. Okay. I see. What caused the religion in this conversation? Have you played 9 souls? Is that something you push? No. So typically I do not have a conversation unless somebody brings it up. Unless like somebody in chat physically asks me a question. The reason that happened is because Pick, the person you were talking to, who you can obviously tell is Christian and they self-admitted Baptist, they, you know how like in TikTok comments you'll often see like Jesus is king or Jesus is the only way? They did that in my chat and then I started asking them questions about it. Because I wanted to see if, number one, they were a real person. And I think they've come into the stream before, so I knew that they were a real person. And number two, I thought it'd be interesting. So he came preaching. Somewhat, yes. I would have to look back at the exact message. But, like, that's pathetic. I disagree typically with that. If you're somebody who just says, hey, I believe in Jesus, I think it's something that you should look out, have a good rest of your day, and then you leave it at that, that's not something that's inherently bad. I understand it has a negative connotation because, like, Christianity and things are very negative places for some people. But does that also mean that the person who believes in God should just not advocate for their beliefs whatsoever? Because I would find that to be a weird distinction, because if somebody was, like, Hindu or Muslim or something and did that, then it would not be as frowned upon, at least in Western society. No, believe whatever you want. That's such a random, weird conversation to start random. Like, yes, I know, and on the Celeste stream, but read the room. But where is a good place to advocate for it? Because, like, as you know, I imagine you're an atheist and you know statistics. You know that religion and atheism is on the rise, whereas, like, Christianity and most other religions are typically not on the rise. At least from my recollection of reading those statistics. Okay, so I have to jump there. Got it. Yes, it's dying out and it's amazing. It seems as though that we have very different outlooks on this, which is perfectly fine. Oh, I have to grab that right there as well. I see. I know. Yeah. I do not care if you want personally Christianity to burn to the ground if you think it is something that is inherently wrong to all other people. All that I care about is that you are respectful to other people, and that's what you've been so far. That is all I advocate for. You cannot like it. That's fine. Other people can be okay with it you not liking it. All I care about is that you're respectful. Ugh. But someone coming here and starting a conversation about that in this last stream to preach is mad weird. Yeah, that makes sense. But, like, as I try to have any conversation, because most streams that I go to are very boring, where, like, if somebody brings up something like that, they're like, hey, man, you're killing the vibe. Which is fine. Hi, Pick, welcome back. Like, I agree, believe what you want. I wholeheartedly agree. I'm gonna start lurking now so I can shout. Uh-oh, that might be a bad time. Judging by the conversation we're having, that's fine. Focus on eating. But time and place. That's all I'm saying, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I agree with that somewhat. I agree that it is a weird time to bring it up, but also they would... I guarantee you know what they were gonna say. I think I already said it before, so I'm gonna focus a little bit on Celeste. Honestly, I'm gonna be surprised if the developers of this game are not developing another game. I do not think I looked it up before. I'd be kind of sad if I have not. Okay, I see. So if he uses this jumpy first. I'm ready to topic, but I'm jealous over Celeste's physics engine. Why is that? Uh-oh. I jumped too early. Oh, wait. I released grab. I did a sin in Celeste. Never do that. Alright, are these release grab? Ugh. I cannot make my game do that. Not that I'm the coder for it. I wish my game could do what Celeste did. I want Celeste to come back to me. I'll order a pizza. I'll do anything. I'll clean the dishes. Uh-oh. Ouchie. We? Aw. How sad. Ouchie. Why? There we go. Yes. Yes. And I did it. Woo. Yeah. Oh, wait. Is this the end of the level? Let's go. I was expecting, like, another 2 hours of this. Uh-oh. Great win, gamer. It's not even over yet. It's not over till it's over. Good job, Think. Uh-oh. I did not have to take your control. Oh, thank you. I was scared that you were gonna run into my room here and just yoink it from me and say, no controller privileges for you. And then I would only get half rations for the day. I still might. Aw. But I did good. Oh, well. Oh, you regain it. Okay. That is important information to know. That makes this so much easier. I still might. I'm planning to play it. You're not even played the game and you're telling me to take the controller away? Wow. I cannot believe it. Uh-oh. I played Hollow Knight, it'll be fine. Have you played Path of Pain, though? Ugh. Nine Souls is probably the hardest gaming experience I've had, and I've done Hollow Knight Pantheon 5 half bindings. Oh, nice. I have not done any of the bindings for Pantheon 5, actually, as of yet. I've thought about doing it, but I've just gotten busy. Because I've just been, like, focusing on other games that I thought were more important, because I already got all the achievements for Hollow Knight. Nine Souls is so good, yeah. One of the friends that I know is a big Legend of Zelda fan, and I'm kind of surprised that they've not played Nine Souls yet. Ow. Okay, I could have gotten that. I kind of like the airy feel of this section. It's very relaxing. Tin wire and so speed. Oh, wait. No, you see, Jank, what I did is I cheated the game and I made it go slower for me because I'm so good at this game that my reaction time is so fast that I need actually the game to slow down so you can see my incredible gaming skills. Now, HP bindings are free, charms and souls are all you need. That's what I thought. Keep cheating, gamer. Oh, thank you. Very proud of all my accomplishments. They call me the Sam gamer, and if you know what Sam stands for, I'm actually kind of impressed. 1v1 in For Honor. I thought you were like practicing the last part of the assist mode until I remembered. Yeah. The last mode, you're just tweaking. You'll never see it coming. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I've played Ultra Kill? I have. I've beaten all the layers. I've not done all the P ranks, though. No, memes aside, if you've beaten the last chapter, you are so beyond me. I have beaten the last chapter. I've just not done Seasides. Nope, not enough. I have 380 hours in this game. I cannot beat Farewell to save your life. Well, the thing is, Mr. No... wait, no, you're not Mr. No, but Lonely. Sorry. The thing is, Lonely, is that you will do it one day. And that is a comforting thought, at least a little bit. Actually, wait, is there something down there? Because there's just a hole there. That's an amazing position. Farewell is so hard. Farewell is awesome. Yeah. It takes so much more time than the rest of the game. Yes. Yes, it do. Hold on, I want to check. Is there something down here? Oh. Wee. 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 Kind of nice that they put that there. Uh-oh. I thought I could not beat Dead Ahead on Hotline Miami 2, but I did. Now literally all I have to do is just do the funny wee. I first beat the base game Celeste on my first day having it, and I've had it for a month now and no Chapter 9. Chapter 8 is one of the more boring chapters in my opinion. I'm not sure I'd ever do a tier list for Celeste or anything like that, but honestly, I'd probably just say Chapter 1. Just to be basic. As much as I want to fight with the Christian memeing generally, you should play Hotline Miami. Me? I imagine Hotline Miami is not a good Christian game. Oh. Yes, sir. But you know, it's just memeing. Well. Oh dear. Well, it is very, very violent. I think Jesus would approve. No, the other dude named this room, but talking about Hotline Miami. Correctly. I mean, he flipped a table once, so... No. The whole point is that you should not like hurting other people. LaMail, I mean, yes, but you obviously do. I don't think it's very good at saying it. I don't think it's very good at saying its point. That kind of reminds me, so random side tangent, because it's so fun hurting other people. Plus the lore is very good. And that kind of reminds me of a criticism. So you know Last of Us Part 2? You know, another game that's never had a discussion about it before, right? Anyway, I remember people criticizing the game because the whole point of Last of Us 2 is it kind of talks about, like, revenge and how the cycle of violence is something that should be stopped. And then it also makes killing people like one of the funnest parts of the game. And the whole ending of the game is not killing somebody out of like not wanting to continue the cycle. I'm just not able to do that. One of the characters literally hates hurting people, and if you actually do kill enemies, your score goes down. Well, actually, I think games that kind of do that message really well... Have you ever played the Metal Gear games before? Most Metal Gear games, you get heavily penalized for killing people. It's so fun to play Hotline Miami. It's actually wanted to make that point it would punish you for playing. I want to play Magic the Gathering. Oh, that's just pretty good. I'm not necessarily sure I actually agree with you, Cabbage. Because the whole thing about violence is easy. Killing is easy. Would you not find it like beating a bat over your head? Oh, Metal Gear Solid? I misspelled. Okay. I thought you were talking about Magic. I was like, what? That's an interesting tangent. Would you not find it more annoying if the game was like, you kill a person and then there's a pop-up that's like, hey, why are you killing that guy? You should not do that. I'm the type of person that if I'm given the option to, I'll be everyone's minor inconvenience. Uh-oh, wrong button. Like a very anti-negative violence, but I'm pro-violence and fiction is based. No, I like fiction that's anti-violence if they do it well. Because violence, as with everything, is a tool. It's actually one of the reasons I liked God of War 2018, because they did not just make Kratos a pacifist. Like, Kratos will use violence, and he will kill a person, but he's not going to use more force than is necessary. Oh, wait. What is this? That's interesting. Okay. But Hotline Miami is a bad example of that because one, you're rewarded for it, and two, it feels so good. So what would you say is a good example? Because I'm curious if you even have one. Because I can think of a few games that do that. Like, I think Spec Ops The Line... I stand Hotline Miami, one of the best games ever made, but it does not actually have anything to say. Well. Oh, wait. Boing. Boing. I thought it was gonna die there, if I'm honest, but cool. What's this conversation about? Us throwing down looking for Terraria gameplay? Well, sadly, this is not Terraria gameplay, but it is talking about Hotline Miami and like the message of anti-violence and whether it's good or not. They're disagreeing. Ready for a real challenge? Seasides have been unlocked, and golden strawberries have appeared at the start of every chapter. Good luck, Madeline. I went back because I could not find any. Sad. Let's go. Alright, so every chapter, including Farewell? No. That would be so funny if there was a seaside for that. Alright, I'll try the seaside for chapter 1. Try Golden Strawberry in chapter 1. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. Valhalla never actually makes a meaningful difference between the two. That's not a lot, which is scary from this game. Yeah. Ow. Oh wait, I should not have dashed there, because I need the dash to go uppies. Oh, I need the dash there too. Okay, conserve dash. Ouchie. Is this that the trans femme game? Well, I'm pretty sure. I think the developers confirmed that Madeline is trans, but they also. The only confirmation they have of it in the game is like one of the later chapters. In her room, she has a trans flag. Egg. Oh, I see what I was meant to do. Does bro even know what egg means? If I'm fully honest, no. I thought egg was like a term for somewhat similar to like a doll. But I'm probably mistaken. I'll probably look it up afterwards just to make sure. By 50 blessings, except, I mean, in biker counting. If they just wanted to say it was bad, they would punish you for it. Bro, egg means egg. It's not difficult to understand. Oh, sorry. My bad. Can I make scrambled egg? Egg. Oh, wow, this is really short. Means future trans person, basically. Okay, so it's like... So, whereas doll would represent somebody who already is trans, egg just means somebody who's becoming trans, or is beginning the transitioning process. Okay. It's fine. It's difficult for people to understand egg. No, it's not difficult, it's just... Most of the time, people just come into my chat and say egg. I know this because my friends called me an egg, like, let me be a... I'm not saying that word. There's a reason I'm not saying that word. It's because somebody's gonna clip me if I say that word. But yeah, that word. Thank you for the follow, Sarkway. I'm not reading the message about Hotline Miami because I know you two are reading it anyway. And there's not really much I can add because I've not played the game yet. Alright. Here we go. Play it! Play it! Play it! My friend, I agree with you wholeheartedly, but the game straight up punishes you. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Hold the ticket. Do I have to keep the dash? I think I have to keep the dash. Hold the presses. Yeah, you do? Yeah, okay. Ow. I mean, when I stab my foot on 1 pixel. And you do as a player. You know, I think there's a game that should be talked about more often. It's kind of similar to Hotline Miami and like top-down perspective, and that's it. I think Darkwood should get talked about more. Ouchie. Uh-oh. Racism equal death. Kinda. Ooh. Oh no. Oh dear. Believe! What is your opinion on Celeste? It's a game. It's a good game. I think it's probably the best platformer I've ever played. B-sides are somehow the easiest levels to get going strawberries on. B-sides are just hell though. Yes, because it's the difference between a like endurance race or a sprint race. Sprint races are easy because you only have to do it for X amount of time, but endurance races are just pain. Seaside. Never heard of that. Yeah, this is the seaside. They're just shorter levels that are really difficult. Like, this is the chapter 1 seaside. Not enough. What's your opinion on a one-shot? I've watched some gameplay of it. One of my friends already bought it. It looks like a very fascinating game. Love one shot. I heart one shot. If only you liked it. Oof. Never good enough? Hold on. Wait a minute. Am I overthinking this? I think that part requires timing. Yeah. Alright, so I go there. I get the coin. Go back. Oh, does that require a wave dash? I think that requires a wave dash. Can I go on the back of that? Actually, no, can I do not think I'm able to wave dash there. I have to do a very awkward wave dash. What's this conflict about? It's about Hotline Miami. Yo, I just poured a peanut oil in my tea, thinking it was honey. Oh, oof. Okay, and that... Oh, wait, so the platform comes closer, probably because the coin moves. And then you do something over here. Yeah. Good start. Nope. Wait, can I actually just skip it? Hold on, I have a plan. I have a plan, everybody. I have a plan. Do not worry. The plan is gonna... The plan. The path. That is so much harder than doing it normally, by the way. But we're just ignoring that. Because you have, like, a few pixels to grab. Wee! Wee! There we go. Ow. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Cool. Aw. Guys, the tea is cooked. It's beyond saving. I have PS4 and a computer. Cool. I did not think I was going to reach that far there. Looks like we're fighting, but they're not. Yeah, they're not fighting. They're just trying to have a discussion with each other. I went super far that one time. Is it because I keep letting go of grab? Is this another one of those situations? I feel like it is. Yes, it is. It's that time I held on to grab. Hit my head. Give me a number, 1 or 31. 7. I'm putting a single dollar on 7 on online roulette. Let's go. Gambling, gambling. You're gonna lose a singular dollar. I jumped too far. I had it in the bag. I could have been a contender. Wow. I know, I jumped into the one spike platform the developers put there. They put that there just for me. I can do this, but that one spike platform, too much. Oh, I felt disappointment there. Thank you. I've heard that phrase before. Disappointment. Very good memories. I won. It was a 50-cent payout, so I still lost. Let's go. 50 cents? Wow, you can buy... You might be able to spend money on laundry for that. Madeline would be disappointed. True. All I can think about is how she would talk about her utter disappointment with what I've done. Okay, so I need to let go there. I know there's some of you that are watching this right now that are doing the thing where your like ego's like, yeah, I could do this much easier. But you would never be disappointed in me. Because I'm perfect. True. I bet you beat every seaside first try. Not a single problem. And if you've not done it yet, then you will. I see it in your future. Oh, I should have went back. Yeah, no one watching this is making me think it's harder than how others made it. And they made it feel impossible. I got the platinum front in Miami. So you're saying I'm making it look like it's harder than impossible. Let's go. When you're good, you're good. Uh-oh. I'm genuinely terrified to buy this now. You will be perfectly fine. I guarantee you, you at the very least will make it to the top of the mountain. All you need is patience, time, and persistence. And maybe some gummy bears. Ugh, too quick. And then I would shoot my shot, and then you would get rejected. Because sadly, Madeline is a fictional character. His knowledge of Minecraft parkour helped me with this? No. Silence. My queen. All I can imagine who's saying right now, my queen would never reject me. Oh no. I keep doing the thing where I let go of the grab button. The reason I'm not going very far is because I let go of the grab button. And that is a sin. Probably sound like a Birdly right now. Yes. Yes, very much with a nerd voice too. Sounds very airy. What about beating a good amount of rage bait obbies? No. Are they 2D? That 3D stuff is not going to help you in the 2D realm. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh no. That's bad. I needed to go slightly higher. Okay, so what I tried to do there is do the jumpy and then dash to the side, but I was too low. I threw the game. Ouch. Yeah, that's a big ouchie. Dear Madeline, I'm gonna go put you up on a... I'm gonna send you on a bunch of levels that are gonna likely lead you to die. Have fun. The letter. Also Canada. God bless Canada. Eh. What if Madeline is self-aware of the fact that she died 7 million times? I'm pretty sure there are many stories that say that she'd be very confident and happy about that. Ow. Cool. Even cooler. No. Cooler Dragon Ball villain. Although, is Cooler even canon anymore? Because I think Cooler is only in one of the movies. I did the thing. How I did not play it, nor do I focus on character development, so I do not know. Who's Dragon Ball? I actually know about that, unlike everything else you guys are talking about. Mm-hmm. Now the real discussion is it, you know, Raditz? Radix? Or what's his name? Goku's brother. If he was able to achieve Super Saiyan, do you think that his hair would just double? Would his Super Saiyan form essentially look like Super Saiyan 3? Or would his Super Saiyan 3 form just be a whole mountain of hair? Because man has hair. I wanted to write headcanons for games, so I just made a game and it's lore. Nice. So you want to be a writer? Maybe he's always has Super Saiyan 3. Also, technically, I never really liked the fact that, at least in the English translation, they called it like Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3, because they're essentially just higher forms of the same transformation. I've been a writer for a while, I just had to learn digital art, yeah. I'm trying to learn digital art as well, I'm just very slow at it. because I've not really had time. Any spare time that I have that I do not dedicate to completing games, I try to do art or write. And sometimes it's just difficult. Uh-oh. I try animating, not gonna lie. Oh, nice. I tried doing a little bit of animating in SFM. I might return to it. I enjoyed what I did. Good. Good. Great. I'm terrible at it, though. The truth about it, noob, everybody's terrible when they first begin. There are people who are just gods at it when they begin, but those people are few and far between. What game did you make? Are you talking about Source Filmmaker? I didn't. Or are you talking to the other person? No, you're talking to the other person, I see. After making a 2D game with digital art, I'm switching back to Blender and 3D stuff. Yeah, what's your game? Ooh, that was a lot higher. There we go. 20 minutes. That's not bad at all. Good job. Yippee. Oh, that's funny. So that skull right there. So it's yellow, which is the exact same skull as the one for Farewell. So they essentially put Farewell as just a long seaside. That's kind of funny. If it had a name, what would it be? Oh, this is gonna be a very quick dash. That's not gonna work. There we go. Oh, that's... Wait a second. Hold on. Wait a second. Grab the wall and hold left. Oh, thank you. I was trying to figure that out, but myself, but that's okay. Oh dear. Okay, so I have to be very conservative in my dash, because there's not really any points that I can regain it from. Ugh. Madeline, why would you do that? I mean, sorry, Badeline. Oh, I did the thing. I'll grab one more. Idling person at pixel art is not the same as 3D modeling. Okay, so no. I thought maybe starting with that one would be a good idea, but... seem not. Yes. Let's go. Okay. Well, I think we just ball. Okay, I think I had an idea. Okay, but I think we can all agree Doki Doki Literature Club is a goated game. Yeah, it's a great game. Ugh, okay, I have to jump at the end of that. Oh, I forgot to doing. Yuri the best girl. I never have discussions like this. They're pretty much all the same to me. The shovel jam was fun. Bye! Oof. So your ranking is Yuri, Monica, Sayori, and Natsuki? And the funny thing is, if most people are like, Natsuki's my favorite, everybody would look at them and be like, what do you mean by that? Yes. I'm not trying to deal with their dad. For me, it's Natsuki, Yuri, Monica, Sayori. I'm surprised you put Sayori at the bottom. I know a lot of people really like Sayori. Or Yuri. She's the sweetest and the cutest. Ow. Wait. I kind of like the grab strat better. It's a lot safer. Okay, I did not press the button quick enough. Not nearly quick enough. She is, but Natsuki is my favorite. I laugh at Yuri's name, and Monica is funny. But I will admit Yuri is a bit crazy. Why do you laugh at Yuri's name? Does Yuri mean something in Japanese? I'm concerned that nobody's answering. Yuri means lesbian. I'm gonna go get a snack real quick. Well, I find it really funny there's no other messages after that. Feel bad for every, like, generic, stereotypical person named Yuri in, like, Call of Duty or games. Also, I did not leave because you said the funny thing. I was just hungry. And I was like, I'm not really sure I want to continue this conversation right now. Let's hope it just ends. But then again, Monica's also crazy. I mean, she literally just does everything to be with you. Well, on the scale of craziness in the game, it probably goes, so from least to most, from my eyes, it'd probably be Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and then Monica. Probably pre the ending of the game, where you delete Monica. Because if it's post, then you could also argue that Sayori could also really be up there, because she also goes crazy and is like, I just wanna be with you. You're literally the only one for me. Oh, no. Stop it. Bad habits. I would never delete my queen. Even though Sayori is apparently also your queen. Maybe they're just all your queen. Yes. Oh, I have to grab on the side. The Dokis and Madeline are all queens. You know, this conversation about Doki Doki Literature Club is reminding me that Me-Side exists. Did Me-Side come out this year or was it last year? I think it may have been just this year. Raw. And meat is not my type. Says the one. It was like, Yuri's my queen. Yuri and Mita are essentially the same exact personality. Except one of them, well, they both use knives. They both use knives. And also, technically, if you've ever played the game before, there are multiple Mitas. It's not just the one. Got it. Nerd. Is that a reference to the actual nerd character in the game, or is that you just calling me that? Because I got all the achievements in that game, actually. Those aren't super difficult. Because I just looked up a guide. You need what? Oh, nerd. Okay. Also, if you wanted a better insult, you could just call me a NEET. Oh, I missed. Yeah, the grab stretch is better. It's a lot more consistent. Okay, Birdly. True. I am Birdly. It's very, very true. A NEET? Okay, do you know what a NEET means? It's so funny when I tell people what this means, because I used to not know what it means. I'm getting jabaited. I'll just say it anyway. Every night I can send another message. So it's an acronym that stands for not educated, employment, not in education, employment, or in training. That's what it stands for. Why? I like how I say the grab strat is better, and then I just refuse to do the grab strat. Well, I guess I'm over here now. Bottom spike. Oh, nice. No. How many books do y'all read a week? I've actually, so I typically read like 1 or 2, but I actually have not read a book so far this... I did not read a book last week, which is kind of sad. Zero. Finally, another weekly reader. What do you typically read per week? I'm trying to read 100 books in 1 year, so I read at least 2 per week. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. I touched the ceiling. That's incredible. Can we get much higher? So high. Bam, bam, bam. Got a shower, be right back. Okay. Do not drown. Doink. No. My brain is gone. My brain is gone. The talk about religion and Doki Doki Literature Club has taken it. How could this happen to me? Also, so far the C-sides seem a lot easier than the B-sides. It's not even a competition. Because they're so much shorter. And Hotline Miami, true. I did forget the Hotline Miami. Thank you for correcting. Too early. I'm starting to go too fast. Yeah, sorry about that, bro. Sorry about what? Were you the one who killed me? How could you? You're the one who made it so I missed the jump. I should have known. Yeah, I cannot forget Hotline Miami, of course. Yeah, of course, of course. The Hotline Miami and Doki Doki Literature Club discussion? Yeah. Holiness Miami? Sure, pal. Hold up, guys. Be right back. Okay. And bro, if you're not in the next level by the time I get back, what? Do I get half rations? I'll send my wife Madeline after you. Ooh, but then I might have to confront your wife's boyfriend, and that'll be a little concerning. Gulp. Not that man. That's scary. Moved a little bit too far to the right. I did it again. The machine learning algorithm learned nothing. Oh boy. Shame. Yeah, it's just the quick successive jumps is what gets me there. It's always interesting seeing other people's gameplay because I did the beginning a lot different. Yeah. I agree with that. Sometimes you see somebody do something else, and you're like, huh. I did that a lot better than that person. Then you watch other stuff, and you're like, oh dear. Maybe the lobotomy did work. Ouchie. Too far. I touched like the edge pixel of that. I thought it was dead. Interesting, interesting. Interesting, interesting. I'm back. Welcome back. And it appears you have failed me. True. Too early. Be expecting a visit. Okay. Do I have to prepare food or anything, or do I just have to wait? What the game? The game is called Celeste. That looks like actual platforming hell. It's one of the harder short levels of the game. It's not too bad. Not too bad as I die near the very end. I am crying, shaking and crying. It's pretty fun, actually. Yeah. I'm having fun. You can tell. Bye-bye. I thought I was going to hit the wall. Apparently not. Madeline just decided, no, I'm not hitting the wall today. Yes. Yes. I did it! Boing! Madeline does as she pleases, yes. Boing. I wanted to boing on top of it. That's my new goal. I do not care. Good game. Yep. So over. I do not care what anybody says. You're gonna say I sold. I did not sell. I did not complete my task. I will boing on top of the heart. Could never be me. I am boinging on top of the heart. The heart is going to get jumped on. It is going to happen, whether it wants it or not. Okay, so I did too high there. Well. Undertale yellow. Yes, because the correlation, of course, being yellow. Oh, too low. But that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for playing. I know it's watching. I purposely did that so some of you will be like, why did he say that? Does he even watch MatPat's videos? Is he not a real gamer? Is he not like us? Okay. Shove. Boink. Doing. Hold on. We gotta do a little bit more doinging. Aww. They not like us. Kendrick Lamar reference. Yeah, I'm hip by cool. I'm hip and cool. I listen to Kendrick Lamar. I listen to Not Like Us and what's the other one? Not Like Us and Meet the Grams on repeat over and over. I'm a huge fan. Golden Time? No. Oh, I see. Is this just golden? No. Looks like, yeah, restart this whole thing. Actually, wait, hold on. I'm curious. Could I do chapter 1 just golden? Oh, wait, no, I have to exit the map. Sorry. I'm gonna lose the progress on the seaside. No! Very difficult so far. Oh. Nearly actually did die there. I've gotten gold on the first 6 seasides, and that's good enough for me. Like, I'm done. I'm not doing any more of that. Okay. I think there's a... Where is it? Oh wait, no, there's not a secret here. It just reminded me of another secret area. Nearly died. Let's go. Off to an amazing start. Cool. Ooh. I died. Incredible. Oh, it just makes you come back. Oh, that's nice. There's a second gold strawberry on this level for doing it dashless, but you don't have to do both. Oh, really? Okay. Is that for all levels, or I presume it's only this one, right? Oh. Alright, hold on. Speed. Alright, guys. I gotta go. Okay, bye-bye. Enjoy the rest of your day. No, just one A side? Okay. Boing. I screamed when you got reset. I've been playing through the game and I've gotten all the B-sides done up to the center of the mount. Ah. I'd be okay if you screamed when I did that. Trust me, it's gonna happen a lot more if I do more. Especially if I try to do some of the harder levels, because this is just the easy stuff. Wee. Wee. Oh, wait, did it again. I did it again. Let's go. I was like, wait a minute. Hold on a sec. This did not propel me nearly enough as it should have. Weird. I feel the pain. That is not a laugh of pain. That is a laugh of joy. I can assure you. Ugh, there it is again. Which is coming out for its GTA 6 the next Spider-Verse movie. I guarantee it's GTA 6. Rockstar wants money so bad, they're gonna push that baby out. Whether it's ready or not. Oh dear. Am I washed? No. It's clearly the viewers. They're just imagining me dying over and over again, even though I really am. The viewers are actually seeing what is correctly going on screen. If only I had an editor to cut out while I livestream, then I would be the best gamer there was. No one would doubt my skill, my prowess. We. It'd be funny if I leave this game after just doing this one golden strawberry. Yep, I beat the game. How many golden strawberries did you get? One. You got it for like the hardest level, right? Nope. I just did 1A. I'm pretty good at the game, I think. Remember, Spiggy. Remember the 1st of September. Streamer does not make the same mistake over and over. Impossible challenge. I guess I'm getting good at the first parts of this level. Oh, I spoke. Did you do the wing strawberry yet? No. Alright, hold on, let me speak. Let me speak to the people. Incredible. Do not jump, thank you. Oh. Cool. And we go over here. We do this, then this. Does this actually go towards my strawberry account, or does it just go to, like, gold ones? Because I imagine there's going to be a visual way they distinguish that you got this. Because for most of the game, they've already done that. It will go to 176 or whatever the number is, I forgot. I forgot. Well, we're almost back to the room. The funny room. Yes, this room. It'll go past the maximum? Okay. Is this even where I need to go? Or is this just an extra area? I do not... Oh, it's just an extra area. Well. Let's go, I got another one. Celeste. Yes, in this economy. Okay. That is not nearly enough momentum. It's just wave dash. Do I try wave dashing after not doing it for like the entire stream? There we go. Wait a minute, that's not the way to go either. I've been lied to. Deceived. Bamboozled even. Too high. Doink, 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 doink. Doink, doink. Doink, doink. Doink. I jumped. I mean, if I wanted to play it super safe, I think the first gold I got may have been 2C instead of this one. Well, I guess you probably wanted to make it just a little bit more interesting, because the thing is it's not difficult, it's just I keep making silly mistakes. That's definitely what it is. It's not a skill issue. It could never be a skill issue. No, no, no. The seasides are only like 3 screens long, yeah. Oh. Do they come back? Father? Father, help? I cannot believe I did that. I mean... Father? Oh, no. I think it's just death. How do I do the things that I do? How I am impressed. The sheer magnitude of the intelligence it requires to mess up that badly. Extended super dash, maybe? Or just, you know, game ending. Oh, never mind. The sheer magnitude, the weight of what I have done. Incredible. Wee. Have you done seasides yet? I have done 2 of the seasides. I just took a break because somebody was like, hey, do a golden strawberry. And I was like, okay, I'll do 1A. Thought this was Geometry Dash. It could be. I'll have to ask the streamer. It's not Geometry Dash. I swear the platform levels look exactly the same as Celeste. Yeah, you got a point there. Sometimes. Watching a normal playthrough looks so weird after doing a speedrun, I imagine. Does a speedrun of Celeste, immediately watches more Celeste. This is nice though, yeah. Not constantly tweaking or like worrying about something, right? I touched my footsie on one of the spikes. My tootsies hurt. I wanted to try speedrunning Celeste but as I didn't have the mental capacity to do it. I feel like I could do it. But I'm not... I never feel like speedrunning games. The one time I did speedrun a game was Outlast Trials when it like first came out. I like experiencing new things very often. I switch between games quite often. If you've been here for a little bit, you'll know that to be very true. It's very easy once you know the movement. It's very easy once you spent the tens of hundreds of hours it's required to learn the movement. For me, it was at least, yeah. I touched the footsies again. I'm a toe-tapping Celeste player. I'm dying. I'm dying of cringe. It's amazing. This is the worst part. I'm gonna do some of these levels later. I'll do like a seaside first try, but 1A. Ooh. That's some tough stuff right there. I do that room to go to the top left platform and then dash from there. No, I do not need advice on 1A, please. Please, not 1A. I swear, I've played the game, I've beaten Farewell. I've done things. And also, you can jump from there, it's just I jumped too early. Nope, hold on. Let's not do this silly now. Cool. Fascinating. We. Dang, I've never beat Farewell, I just started speedrunning. Ah. Well, enjoy your speedrunning. Well, I'll sit over here with my Farewell. I know what the problem is now. That's actually really funny. So what happened there is because the reason I'm careening into the sky is because I'm so ingrained in my brain that when one of those platforms goes up, I have to press A because of some of the levels in like 8B. But no, you do not have to do that. Alright, reset brain. Think, I am a new player. I do not know what I am about to do. I probably post on Reddit, maybe Twitter. I probably unironically call Twitter X. I'm very in the know. I might even have a blue sky page. Sad thing is I'm not even gonna know if this mental gymnastics is gonna work until I get through the letter parts. Whee! Whee! Speedrunners be like, I slightly misstepped there. Such a large time loss. I'll never recover from this. Run's dead. Alright, remember Spiggy. There we go. I did not press A that time. Are you proud of me? On the first room with the falling platforms, we could do the thing that was taught in Farewell. It skips the whole room. The thing that was taught in Farewell. There's a lot of things taught in Farewell, if I'm being honest. I actually needed to make the platform fall there. Jumping, then downright dash. Oh wait, you're talking about wave dashing? I already did. I do wave dashing when I'm doing this. Yeah. Like that room with the one elevator or whatever platform, I did do a wave dash just to skip doing that. Yippee! I still struggle with wall hopping. Trust me, it's okay. It's the perfect place to vent. I'm still coping myself. This room. Oh, that room. Okay, so you're just telling me the specific room that I could have done that. I mean... yeah, I probably could. But this room is more fun for doing it. Very true. Yes, so true. The most true. Hold on a sec. What in the world am I doing here? Okay, so I grabbed the platform, then I grabbed that one. Okay. I just have to re-remember 1A. Very difficult, I know. Cool. We. I did this golden strawberry in 1A? Wow. How did I do it? Let's struggle with wall bounces. Bird. I got 21 out of 20. Woo! Does it even show it in the journal? Or... No, it does not. I'm surprised they did not have a sticker or something that shows that you did that. Alright, I'll probably try the seaside for the hotel. Oh wait, I already kind of tried this. It's mainly the time that gets me. Oh, what a jump. Oh, that's actually really funny. Can I do that? Oh, wait. Okay, this room I can... All these timing levels are usually annoying for me. Hold on, I want to test something. Is that just a death pit? Can I test if it's a death pit, please? Please, can I test if it's a death pit? Aw, it's probably a death pit. I'm never gonna be able to test if it's a death pit. They'll never let me. Too early. That was the best wave dash I have ever seen in my entire life. Okay. Timing. That... Or I could just try to... The is not working. And neither is it ending myself. Try consecutive diagonal dashes. Try to just dash straight ahead and see how far you go just for fun. Okay. They got me. It's really working. I mean, I made it really far. That one attempt. Gosh, doing golden on this must be fantastic. So, actually, real quick, I just want to test before I go back over there. 50. I'm glad I went back there. It's satisfying seeing the number. So we go here. So do they just spawn at the start of the level once you beat it? Yes, they do. I mean, I may as well try it once. Oh, well. Okay, I tried once. Dash up when you get the recharge. Dash uppy when you get the recharge, but... Oh. Well, why? Because it results in death. The only thing assured in life is dying from a ghost and a dash recharge. It worked for me, lol. Also, that is not a happy pit. That's a sad pit. Of course, because it's the hotel level. All the pits are sad. Like, I keep just clipping the edge of them. It's incredible. I imagine this is gonna be so funny if this is the hardest part of the level, and it's literally just this section. Okay, I think diagonal dashing is the one I'm probably gonna like the most. If I get it. If I get it, the key word. The very key part of that phrase. Crazy I was once. Dash straight, then diagonal, maybe. What if I just dash up and then just... What if I dash up? 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 No, that's not gonna work. As funny as the bit is, it's not working. I swear, it's just a timing thing. Watch, I'm gonna keep hitting my head up against the wall and it's gonna work one time. WC says yes, indeed. Oh, wait a second, hold on. Maybe dashing uppies was the strategy. Uppies always wins. So I think it's just a continuous up movement. Unless you do that. Oh, I did not want to do diagonal dashing. Madeline be like, why do I constantly get a headache every time I look at this room? Why does it feel like there's a lot of death here? Diagonal dashing are more efficient, in my opinion. You see, that's an opinion, and it's okay to have an opinion. My opinion is that I want to do it the most difficult, hardest way possible, and I'm just going to keep doing that. You know why? Because free will is a fantastic concept, and results in people doing things that are very dumb, like doing the same thing over and over again. Out of stubbornness and spite, and a love of the game. Definition of insanity right here. No, it's not insanity. It's just stubbornness. There's a difference. Maybe it's a combination of straight dashing and then uppies. Like, as you can see, I'm getting through the first one a little bit more. It's working. Ugh. Maybe it's not. Ugh. There we go. Cool. Yippee yippee! I was right, you were correct. How could you? Proving me wrong on my own live stream? Tisk tisk. Oh wait, I have to make it go down. I see. Oh, and then it goes all the way down. I see, I see, I see. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out places. Oh no, wall bounces. Feel it kind of funny. It's funny, kind of sad. Thank you, Sandpan, for the follow. Clearly because of my golden pipes. singing Mad World by whoever that artist was, I forgot. Okay, so I have to wait a little bit in order to get that. Although I can thank my lucky stars that I don't have to do that first section again. There we go. Ow. Thank you, Hypey, or Hi-Pi for the follow. I was about to say hippie for a second, but I'm not sure that's what you want to be called. Curse you, hippie. Oh no. Bad timing. Even worse timing. Go. Wee! Wee 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 wee! Okay. One room to go, yes. Oh, hello. I see. I see why this room's interesting. I was like, this is not so bad. The devious Mr. Oshiro in the background, just waiting. Oh, I went too far. I hit my head. My head hurt. Ooh, hello. Oh. Okay, so this section does not seem too bad, because Mr. Oshiro actually kind of helps you a lot. He's more of a help than he is a hindrance, honestly. Because of the cycles, I think that was my hardest seaside to Golden/Deathless. Yeah. Well, it's just the beginning that's torture. Oh, I should have dashed. Ow. Mr. Oshiro, you're supposed to help me, not hurt me. Ow. I did not think he's listening. Oh, too far down. I tried a bouncy. The bouncy did not work. It's so sad when bouncy don't work, honestly. Oh, that was a good bouncy. Oh, the bouncy did not help me there. Hmm. Alright, Mr. Oshiro. You will help here. The betrayal? Okay, I actually need him here to survive. Okay. Oh! What kind of demon is Mr. Oshiro? One that does not clean his hotel. That's what kind of demon he is. Ooh, hello. Aw. I think the problem is that I do not have the hop timing down. My hops are not as good as they used to be. Yeah, my hops are not very good. I'm not talking about the thing that you get with alcohol. Now. Oh. I think as soon as I finish this seaside, I might log out of stream for a while. I've had enough Celesting for today. Oh. Try wall hopping for the first part, then continue what you did to get to the outdoor section. Yeah. We. Oh. I thought I reached the top. I was betrayed by the geometry. The geometry betrayed me. The betrayal. The demon of Babylon reveals itself in its true form. Ouchie. Okay, over here, then over here. I did not even need the crystal that time. Thank you, Mr. Oshiro. Always looking out for me. Even when he's trying to kill me. Ooh, hello. Okay, so this one, I think I get what I need to do. Oh! The tragedy of what happened there. I figured out the shtick, but the shtick did not want to bud. So close, yeah. Ouch. Can we get some, like, spike protection in this hotel? Is that like an insurance plan? Is this the normal chapter Celeste, or is this one of the sides? This is the C side, so it's like a very short level that's very difficult. Oh, I kind of needed him, but it's gone. Should have grabbed on for a little bit there, because they were not fully done with their rotation. Yeah, same thing happened there. Oh, thank you, Mr. Oshiro. Ow. Ouchie. Alright, here we go. Oh no, I muted my headset. Can I do this level without audio? Oh yes, I can. You know how, like, some headsets have, like, the dial spin thing? I accidentally moved my arm, and it, like, spun it all the way to quiet. 5C and 7C are the most annoying for me. Okay. Does, actually, I did not think about this. Does 8 have a C-side? I'm gonna check that before I get off stream. I think it probably do. Nine does not have a C-side. Well, 9 does not have a C-side, but what about the core level? 8. That animation! It betrays me. I thought I was stuck on the side. The abject betrayal. How dare the developers put in an animation in the game. I do not feel catered to. There's no yellow paint. There we go. Yes, it does. It does? Okay. Cool. I shall take your word for it. Ouch. Ouch. So I think the problem is that I'm focusing too much on one aspect of the level, not both. So, like, when I focus on Mr. Oshiro, then I'm not focusing on the level in and of itself. And they just collide with each other because I'm not doing the timing properly. Well. Or I do silly little goober things like that. Cool. Oh, if I would have done a straight dash, I would have gotten it. Never dash straight. Only a true Celeste player dashes diagonally for literally everything. I missed 3C a few days ago, 500 deaths. Oh, okay. Let's see, can I do it in 700? Maybe 1,000. Maybe 1,000,000. Cool. Ooh, nice. No, Mr. Oshiro, you betrayed me. Yet again, so I have to use him twice. I see how it is. The passion behind the betrayal. No. He clipped my head. They're improving, I can tell. Oh, thank you. Ooh, hello. It'd be funny, be like, I've not really seen much improvement here. I'm not sure what I can do for you. I'll provide my emotional support. That's all I can do. Cool. Ooh. I should have done a straight E dash. Always in hindsight is it so easy to see what the action should have been. Ironically there, I should have done a diagonal dash. That's an old mistake. So what happened there is I did not have enough boosty. And because I already had the dash on me, I should have just dashed through the crystal. That's a good habit to have anyway. Just to make sure you get extra jumpy power. Extra jumpage, as it were. Alright, say it with me, folks. What type of dash should I have done there? No way, it was a straight dash? I should have done a straight dash? That's crazy. No way. The straight dashes are making fun of me right now. They feel morally superior. Alright, here we go. Ooh. That's a doorway? I did not notice that before. Wait, what? Did the TikTok just end? LeMayo, the TikTok ended? Why? Hold on. Okay, I'm restarting the stream up immediately. I do not know why that happened, but the TikTok just ended because of inactivity, even though there was like 5 people in the chat. That's great. Thank you, TikTok. I appreciate your love and care, making sure that you're saving server space. So tragic. Aw, not high enough. I mean, the TikTok stream was not going to go on that much longer anyway, but I just restarted it, so the people who were there... I have no idea why that last one ended. It's because it said it was inactive. Clearly there was nothing going on during the stream. I agree. Got that. No, I did the thing! My Roman Empire is me beating this level, apparently. We're doing that. That works too. I wonder how many developers of this game put enemies there. They're like, surely nobody's gonna die on this one. Lo and behold, the humble Twitch streamer. Ouchie. Believe. The power of belief. And this gun I found. Got it. Believe. Ooh. Okay, sometimes you climb over that, sometimes you do not. It's so sad. Gotcha. I mean, alright. I wonder, is this even the hardest section with Mr. Oshiro? Because I feel like the B-side was more difficult than this. But then again, I've not done 3B in forever. It's been maybe a month or two. I guess I would maybe consider the other one with Mr. Oshiro to be harder because it's just longer. Whereas this one, it's just like 2 sections. Or actually 1. It's not even 2, it's 1. It's 1 section with the funny man. Got it. Believe to achieve. Nope. Yeah, I think wall hopping is very important here. It's a good piece of advice that was told from the chat. Whatcha? Yeah, not enough. I was blocked off. Come on, Madeline. Believe, Madeline. You can do it. You may have blue hair, but that does not mean that you are not a fighter. Ugh. You're a winner. What was that? I have to keep looking over at the TikTok live now to make sure that's not going to discontinue because of inactivity. Quote and quote. Ouchie. I guess it kind of makes sense why they have that system in place, because if somebody really wanted to waste all of TikTok's money, they just have like a 24-hour live stream of just nothing. Okay, so I just gotta wait for them to come back. Do not panic. Panic only lead to bad thing, believe it or not. And stupid thing, that too. Yeah, even funnier, I think. So, when I was talking earlier about Mr. Oshiro, he does help you a lot. Like, you're not really concerned about not having a dash, because you can always just bop the man to get it back. But sometimes the little baps he gives you do result in your death. Just cuz. Okay, let's just get this bad boy back. Okay, here, and it's gone. Run's dead. Yo. What did I say? Hi, Web, how you doing? So at the start of the stream, and I guess the start of the next one. So often is the case that I say something that I should do, but I do not listen. I guess it's kind of hard to hold yourself to a certain standard when you're in the moment. For some reason, Celeste gameplay is just entertaining to watch. True. I agree. I will say there certainly are other games that I imagine, even when I stream them, are not very interesting. Like, for some people, GTA Online, when I played that, very boring. Because most of it is just sitting around. Especially if you only have, like, 2 people or something like that. This. Ouch. I realized my mistake as soon as I did it. Doink. I have not gotten all the strawberries yet? No, I have not. I'm a busy man. I change games. And then I stay stuck on a seaside. Okay. Got it. Kind of worried for a second there because it's like, uh-oh, Madeline's gonna run out of stamina. There we go. Side dash. Okay. Ah. Alright, I know how to stay there for a while, which is good. So it means I can live for a bit. Just be safe. Oof, yeah. It's a big oofy moment. I heard the sound and I thought he was under me, and then I looked and was like, wait. That is definitely not where they were. Well, hello. Oh, no, I mean, that's great for me. Oof. I did not get that much momentum there. The momentum capital was not as good as it should have been. You can do it? I know. I will get through this, whether it takes 3 hours, whether it takes 5 more minutes. I will persevere. Oh. Ooh, test the spikes. The whole fun of Celeste is it's an inherently difficult game. It's the same thing that people get addicted to with Dark Souls. Because it's so difficult, when you overcome it, it's so satisfying. Truly, I am a game journalist. I just compared this to Dark Souls. Just trying to get all the achievements. Yep, as per usual. Three hours or 5 minutes, that's a big time gap, yep. That's why I try not to set, like, time scales for beating something, well, besides the monthly goals that I did, but that does not count. Specifically for streams, I try not to have, like, an overarching goal, because I know occasionally you're just not going to get it. I'm guessing you need 2 or 3 more achievements? I think I need, like, 5. Because I still need to get a 1-up. I need to get more strawberries. Oof. Have you gotten a 1-up yet? I have not. I think that's just like 9 strawberries in a level, right? I could just do that in a 1A. I think you have to just keep jumping when you collect them. 6? Oh, okay, so that's even less than I thought. Can it be any strawberry, or does it have to be the specific ones that you collect in the level? Like, could I do it with a golden strawberry? Are you playing on Steam? Yes, I am playing on Steam. Should have side dashed. Here's for any strawberries count? Really? Okay. Now you would need to complete the level to get the golden. Completes the level with 6 strawberries while jumping. That sounds simple. I jumped too high. Moonberry is an achievement on Steam? Yeah. I do not know where the Moonberry is. I'll have to look it up, or I imagine one of you already knows. That's the last chapter, Farewell? Okay. Well, I already have all the checkpoints for Farewell, so that should be simple. Should have done another straight dash. Shame. I'm getting slightly better in my horizontal dashing ways, but not fully improved. But do it however you want, yeah. Nice. Ooh, hello. I need to stop doing that. Do you want to look for the Moonberry, or do you want me to hint to it? You can hint towards it if you want. I mean, I'm not going to be able to check it today, but another stream I'll work on that. Because I also need all the seasides for an achievement. I know that. Oof. Yeah, I was just stuck between a bad place. It's in the very final room on the final checkpoint of Farewell. Oh, okay. Actually, wait, I might be able to do that. Motivation. Ugh. The very long room. Yes. There's a checkpoint specifically just for that room. Alright, is that you have more freedom than usual? Okay. Meaning you could go anywhere? See what you meant? Cool. Got it. Should I just do straight dashing? Because it feels like the horizontal dashing, it works sometimes, but it's also unreliable. Because sometimes the man is here, and the man kills me. The man wants to take my tax money, and I do not want to give him the tax money. Good. I overshot. Oh. The funny. You see, the thing is with a lot of these challenges, you hardly ever remember the struggle to get to it, right? You only remember the success. Like, how often do I look back on all the achievements I did on Steam and be like, yeah, I remember that specific part in which it took difficulty getting this. Favorite and least favorite chapter? I mean, I really liked Farewell. I might actually say Farewell is my favorite chapter. I'd say the least favorite might be... Actually, might be the hotel chapter. I was thinking that before this, but it's just... I'm not a big fan of the hotel chapter. I like Mr. Oshiro as a character, but... it's just kind of boring compared to the other chapters. Okay, so I did that too quick. Good. Get up. Use again. Nice to spike. How many areas you got right now? And deaths? So, the amount of hours I have in Celeste, let me just shift tab real quick. It's not letting me shift tab. So, I've done a 3-hour stream so far, so it's 3 plus whatever. So, it's like 54 hours. Ouchie. And then the deaths I'll check as soon as I finish this. This is my least favorite level in the entire game. What do you mean? It's fantastic. I love the beginning section especially, where it's just timing. No. You should have like 68 errors by the time you get 100%. Yeah, that's what I expect. It's not like I'm upset. It's not like I'm going to be like, oh, it took me slightly longer to get 100% than most other people. Oh. Oh. I completed all of the game with 12.5k deaths in around 46 hours. Oh, nice. Good work. He clipped me again. The man keeps clipping me. It's incredible how he does that. There we go. Okay, nice. Okay. Got it. Not like an ego thing though. Yeah, no, it's fine. You're just sharing how long it took you. I don't really care. It's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, how could you? Congrats, yip yippee. Alright, did it take 500? Oh, it only took 316. Let's go. So the total deaths I have is 13.3, so I'm already ahead of you. Yippee. Alright, before I leave, I want to see if I can find that Moonberry real quick. I know it's just the last room of Farewell, so just so many checkpoints. Oh. It's gonna take a little getting used to. Oh. Uh-oh. This is fine. Farewell might be the least favorite character gameplay-wise. I'll let you know where it is. I do not think you can find it. Oh, trust me. I'll find a way. Through pure determination or something. Undertale reference. Okay, got it. Ooh. I mean, there are some sections of Farewell I certainly do not like, and I'm not going to envy redoing if I ever replay it. Too close. Got it. Ooh, too low. Raw. So why are you playing Farewell again? I wanted to see if I could find the Moonberry by myself. I just wanted to spend like 5 minutes messing around in Farewell. I do not know why. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get to the end. That's okay. My least favorite room has to be the room where you gotta time the block to ultra dashing and wall bouncing twice. Yeah, the rooms that require ultra precision with like no mistakes, I do not like either. Oh, too high. Can we get much higher? So high. Oh, sad. Farewell. Wait, I picked it up? That was weird. Oh, I remember now. So why do I have 3 notifications on Discord? That's disgusting. What? I should not have notifications. That's yucky. Like the climb to the heart. I think I have to do an uprighty dash. I think I did that when I completed Farewell, because I had the same problem where occasionally I'll just go up way too high. Did you not see my previous text? Oh, no, sometimes TikTok censors stuff, and I just do not see the text for some reason. Well, bye-bye. Ouchie. I know it's the one room I do not like in the fire room in Chapter 2 B-side. Keep touching the corner. Alright, I'll give this 3 more attempts, and I think I'm just gonna log off to go eat. I think the next time I do Celeste stream, I'll just focus on the seasides, because it seemed relatively simple. One. They seem nice and quick, which is a nice change of pace as opposed to the B-sides. I'm not going to count that as an attempt. That was not good enough. Doink. 2. I want to get a little farther than this area. At least. But I guess not that much farther. Last attempt! Woo! When am I going to do another Celeste stream? So, this week is meant to be my Celeste completion week. Okay, yeah, I need another attempt. So, it'll probably be either tomorrow or the day after. I'll do another Celeste stream. Ooh, hello. Oh wait, and this is the last attempt too. Let's go. Shaboing. Shabingus. Shibuya. Yeah. Shibuya roll call. Just be like, you already passed the heart, or you already passed the berry. I'd be like, what? This is intense. The intensity. It's palpable. You can feel it. Alright, welcome to my least favorite part of Farewell. Because you have to hope and pray. Whee! Doink. Doink. Aw, I should have dashed. That's okay. Oh well. Got decently far for how much time I allocated for myself. Anywho, hopefully you all have a great rest of your day. Hopefully you continue to enjoy Celeste and play the game. Anyway, so long. Bye-bye. And of course...